Hello and welcome to Stock Dogs Unleashed. In this podcast, we'll pepper your ears with the good, the bad, and the ugly truths of the working dog, all the while getting special guests from the top handlers and trainers, including the everyday workmen with dogs on the ranch. Also, specialty guests with everything in this Western industry that we love. Let's bite into this episode.
Back that fucking thing up.
Okay, this is Chance, and I'm here with Travis, and today's episode is going to be a little bit about me and him trying to figure out how to run a computer and maybe a roadcaster. We'll see how far we get.
Yeah, we're having some pretty bad runs with our retardness. With Chance being educated in the 1930s, it makes it hard for me to keep up. But we're having a good time playing around and learning this, and we're just trying to bring working dogs, light to the working dogs, I guess, way of life, and how we can help people, educate people on how to make this industry great. That's what my plan is. What about you, Chance?
Well, hopefully we can bring a little humor to it and relax and make some noise on this thing that will entertain some people.
Yeah, and I think I'll be doing the joke making and Chance can do the editing. But I do like the idea of this podcast because we're here to not just dogs. We want to get to talk to the people on the ground, ranching, horse training, everything. And we want to hear your guys' success stories and talk about the hard issues that make this world turns around, that people just gets forgotten. Oh, gets forgotten, I guess I should say.
Success stories,
Yeah.
wrecks, people falling off their horses, breaking legs. Bring it. I want to hear about it.
People diseases, killing cows, and all that kind of
People's diseases. I got AIDS. Oh no.
This is probably not the platform to bring that out for your personal health. This thing's Chance.
Oh.
But no, I think that we'd like people to.
People's diseases.
It's learning, but having fun while we're doing it, because I believe that a lot of people in the West industry aren't that great in the classroom and learn out in the field, and we want to bring that little bit to.
We're not saying you're dumb. We're just saying we're dumb.
Well, that's a little rude, but okay. But yeah, no, that's our plan, and we'll see how it goes. And I think we should edit most of this, but
I don't know why. I think it's going just fine.
Yeah.
So basically today, I drove almost 4 hours, come from eastern Utah all the way up here to Logan, and then Travis is coming all the way from Nevada. All right. Is this officially started episode? Damn it, I need my phone. I sent you a couple of emails on the way over here. Did you check your emails?
sure. Do you want me to check my email?
You are the email guy. Or I guess we should get a hold of the email gal.
Yeah, we'll get one of the. We'll get the editing crew to take care of that.
Yeah.
I
did send you a couple emails. Yeah, when you're alone in your truck, it's actually a little easier to sing and make little jingles and tunes. I sent you a couple nice ones. It's too bad you don't have. Do you have internet? Do you have internet?
No, I don't.
It would be good.
It won't be good. I'm not your mother that
It
says
could
you
be.
sound good in the shower. I don't give a fuck about that. Shouldn't quit swearing.
Yeah, geez.
Golly.
All
right. So we
So
just said hello
disappointing.
and welcome to Stock Dogs Unleashed.
Hey, we're in the middle of a podcast here, bro. Do you have internet on that computer or not?
I do not have internet on my computer.
Oh, I thought you set yours up.
No, I didn't.
That
Set up to the
sucks.
TV. But Chance and I are here to tour. Edit that bit out. We got to figure out. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, oh, I'm good. I'm still good.
We still got to figure out, because we haven't actually, we can edit this part out, but we haven't got to.
Yeah, we can edit this part out. It's going to be very easily. It's going to be very easy.
Marker. Lock the door and trap them in here to visit with them and talk dogs. And that's a fun part, because everyone has different ideas on how they want to do this, dog training or run their cows or horse training or anything. And we just want to show people there's a lot of different ways to skin the cat, and we're going to, which we all hate cats, I'm sure, because Stock Dogs Unleashed. But we want to make it so everyone has a way to venture and get in contact with people that can help them succeed in their life and business.
Well, that was going to be my next question was, so what's the first way to skin a cat? Travis. You're from Australia. Let's hear a little bit about that.
With a knife.
That's a terrible answer.
I'm
It's
not
terrible.
talking-
This is a podcast, dude.
Yeah, but I don't want to get recorded by Peter about your day-to-day life. It's not.
You can't make up anything. You can't shoot from the hip any better than that with a knife.
Yeah, with the knife, and I have a knife,
Oh, all right.
and what you've got is not a knife.
What we did as kids, we always started from the swing set. We'll edit that part out.
I'm locked in a camper with a psychopath. Yeah, that's so stupid. Anyway, if there's a new position opening for a co-host, if anyone's interested, I've got a serial killer.
Co-host sponsor. Don't forget that part.
So no, we're looking forward to it, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So I hope you guys enjoy the ride, and our next episode will be shortly after this. So please stay tuned.
Nice. Is that the end of it?
I guess for right now, I don't know.
You just fucking ended our podcast right there.
What do you? Well, I
Guys,
was running.
stay tuned for our next one later.
I'm running out of shit to say.
Already?
Were you?
Yeah, find something to talk about.
I know, but that's where we can.
That was really easy.
You
We'll
can
just
cut, and we can. Yeah, that's what I mean. Just
You want our first podcast? We're 35 minutes in, and 26 of it was you trying to read that computer fucking thing. Jesus Christ! I'm running out of things to say. Well, fucking 2 years later, that was the only episode that ever came out because Travis ran out of shit to
Let the
say.
nerves get better me. All right, settle the frick down.
Good Lord!
Oh my goodness. Give me a.
All right, everybody, tune into the next 10-minute podcast we have. I gotta poop.
On YouTube. On YouTube, they said to end it abruptly.
Dude, we gotta-
abruptly.
That's no shit.
Yeah.
That's no shit.
Well, I just wanted just a quick little.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Just all right. I will say, and I'll have to edit this part out.
You swinging cats from tree.
Dude, we're gonna play a lot of that, but relax, have a conversation. So this is one thing I know I promised that we did wrong on our last two podcasts is we weren't very conversational. It was three people trying to freaking sound like they know what they're talking about, and that's not entertaining.
No.
The last 2 minutes was pretty entertaining. We even got little Brandon in the corner laughing. Did you see your camera shaking? That was Brandon's chuckles. Did you see it? It didn't wiggle there.
See, we make one fat joke about Chance, and it's just trying to deviate the thing to you, Brennan. Get the fuck off my bed, too. Stop sweating in there. I gotta live it. This is my house.
Yeah. This is bedtime.
Oh, fuck, we need something. But I don't know. I think that was good. And the downside is I did maybe fuck it up a little bit. Because I ended it a little early. We can put the ending in anyway and clip the rest.
Yeah, you're just like, move this word to that side and this word to that side.
I was
and it'll all be best.
Pre-editing.
I mean, I'm glad you have that much faith in me.
All right, well, we'll continue on episode and then you can do the thing that you do.
All right, we'll just we'll just admit to the audience that we don't know what we're doing and carry on with the podcast. In the beginning of this podcast, you let them know that we're gonna be trying to figure out how to run the computer and the Rodecaster. So
perfect. And so I guess when
and I guess we're also going to learn how to carry a conversation.
well, I was pausing so you could edit it, Karen.
Yeah. Pause.
That was my pause. So Chance and I like to get together and talk dogs, and as everyone knows that likes dogs or is passionate about something, when you're very driven and wanting to do it, the people around you that aren't passionate or driven for that same subject, they lose interest pretty quick. So we're trying to find like-minded people that want to listen to dog training and dog talk so we can you can enjoy our conversation and we can enjoy yours. And we do want to hear from you guys, feedback, and on our Facebook page, Stock Dogs Unleashed YouTube channel. We wish you'd subscribe, which we should have put probably on our intro, but we're pretty retarded about that. But we have a YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, and we'd love people to. We'd love to hear feedback. It's not just about us just boring you guys to death on your radio. We want to hear your guys' story, and you don't have to be a standout winner of everything in the dog world or in the horse world. It's just if you're in that industry and you'd like to bring something up with your questions or anything like that, we'd love to hear your feedback, and we call in with an anonymous name and tell us a story. The funnier you make the name up, the funnier it will be, and we'll proofread it. Obviously, it's got to be somewhat appropriate for everyone.
Or not. I mean, honestly, what we're going to try to do as we get better with our computer and we get better with this Roadcaster and everything else, like Travis was starting to say, we're going to try and set up a way that you guys can send in, what'd you call them, voice emails?
Yeah,
voice memos?
Voice memos, you just record
Send them to our email. Travis, somebody will go over them and find appropriate ones. If they're not appropriate, we'll laugh, but we might not air it.
Yeah.
But we want to hear the crashes. We want to hear the cool stuff. We want to hear accomplishments. We want to hear how proud you are of your dog and what it can do, because there's just nothing funner.
And everything too, like horses, cattle, and even if you want to call in and just tell us how bad things are going for you when you need someone to listen, we're going to be here someone will listen to it, and people like you will hear the stories, and everyone's going through the same battles and problems, and we'd like to make that known so it's not so
lonely out there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, thanks, Chance, because I was losing conversation piece there. But yeah, that's exactly it. So yeah, we just want to promote the Western way of life. We're both dog trainers, so we like talking dogs, but that's not primarily, I guess that is primarily why we're here, but we want to venture off that and diverse ourselves into all aspects of this Western industry, so we can get as many people calling in and commenting, and it's us that read it, so we'll go through it and we'll bring it up, and if there's any nasty hate comments, you better be prepared that we're going to bring that up, and you're going to look like that in public eye, so
don't hurt our feelings.
Yeah, there's no keyboard warriors here, because we will find you.
Yes, we have keyboards too.
Yeah, we can type. No, but no, that's the thing, is we want people to feel comfortable putting episodes out, and like I said, make a name up, call in, and to do that on your phones, every phone has a voice recorder right now, as everyone knows. If you talk about welders or anything on your phone, it pops up in the week, but there is an app on your phone. You record what you want to say, and once you've got it how you like it, you just email it to us.
You just hit share. The option is email. Email Stock Dogs Unleashed. We'll go over it. We'll play it on air.
Yeah.
We'll have a hoot.
As long as it's not talking about like hanging cats from swing sets like Chance likes to do.
Yeah. That's a bad one.
It'll be on here, and as long as it doesn't hit any violations, we'd love to hear the stories, and everyone has wrecks, so, and bad and sad times in their life, so please don't hesitate to call in and tell us about it. And it's not to make fun, and we want to bring everyone up, not bring people down.
Some of it's to make fun.
Mostly of me and Chance, so have fun at that, because
Yeah.
we give you guys a lot of ammunition, because we are just two retards, and we can say retard on this channel.
Yes.
We can, and gay and all that sort of thing. Trance is somewhat with his, if you look at his video with his man boobs, he may be doing transition here. I don't know. But
I don't even need surgery.
No, you don't. I thought you were lactating before. But I think we can, and I make fun because I have the same littler man boobs than Chance. But no, I think we'd like to visit with everybody and hear everyone's opinion. So don't hesitate to send them in. Make the editing team work hard. So make it hard for them. So
I wish we had the internet.
well, that's the next step.
I watched an old boy wearing a YouTube under his cowboy hat yesterday rope a buffalo.
Watch a YouTube under his ball cap. What?
Did I say YouTube under his
Yeah,
ball cap?
yeah.
Sorry.
Just use the
GoPro under his cowboy hat,
Uh-huh.
under the brim of his cowboy hat. He roped a buffalo. Dead run.
Like a bison or a water buffalo?
Oh, no, bison.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
That's
American buffalo.
Did you know? Yeah. Do you know they can
Something.
jump? It's like 10 feet from all. It's quote me on this. Google me because we don't have the internet, so we can't check. But I know it's like something ridiculous. From a standing, all 4 feet, straight up in the air, can jump. I think it's 8 or 10 feet high. A buffalo, full-grown buffalo.
Really?
That is crazy.
I do not believe that.
Well, it'd be good to Google. Brandon, Google that. Jamie.
Yeah, Jamie, you got the internet on your phone. Google that.
We have
how high can a bison jump?
Yeah, we have a Jamie right now, which is a Rogan experience for the otherwise. We did talk to a guy today, Elliot Roberts, who has never listened to a podcast. So we're excited to have him be the first guy that will be breaking his
really?
seal. Yeah, he's
Never
never
heard
listened to
one.
one. No, so that's a shout out to Elliot and podcasting. What did he say, Brenna?
Vertical up to 6 feet, horizontally up to 7 feet.
So they can jump 6 feet high. I was wrong, and 7 feet jump.
Nice. They can go as high as they can long, yeah?
That's crazy, isn't it?
That is crazy.
But that's a big animal to jump.
That makes
high.
sense. I have a buffalo enclosure right next to my lease back where I'm from. I lease a plot of Indian land, and right next to it, they have a buffalo enclosure on their tribal land. And yeah, they've got like 12-foot fences all the way around, like, I don't know, it looks like a couple hundred acres. It's pretty unique.
Yeah, you could tell them they could jump it down to like 8 feet because a buffalo.
Yeah,
Now you can
like,
tell
hey, I Googled it. You're fine. You wasted a lot of money there.
well, it's yeah. No, you could do that.
You can run 35 to 40 miles an hour.
35 to 45 miles. An hour.
I'm telling you, I was impressed. That guy with the GoPro under his hat, he was cooking. And from his point of view, somebody else videoed him do it, and then it took to his GoPro on his head. The hump, like the horns were barely visible, the hump, and when he threw, he had the rope over the hump, down around the horns, and he slickhorned it.
I don't know, buffalo.
He was riding a horse, but he roped a buffalo.
No, I understand that, but the buffalo horns aren't that big. He slick horned.
No
a buffalo?
shit, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He slickhorned it
What a lucky
with a
fucker.
freaking hump too.
Yeah, what a
Because their back humps up.
I bet he went home and was like, "Yeah, I roped a buffalo. He's a
Oh
fluky
yeah,
ass."
yeah. He went and told the old lady, freaking, who's cowboy enough today, babe?
Yeah, and I've tried to rope a lot of coyotes, and I've flukily enough roped one.
Really?
Yep. And then, yeah, no, they're not easy to rope. And people that say it, that they do it all the time, call in and tell me I'm wrong, but it is pretty tricky.
It. Prove it.
Brennan's seen the coyote.
No, I'm telling you, the people that say you're wrong.
Oh, yeah, prove
that
it.
say it easy. If
Yeah.
they say that it's easy, prove it. I'd love to see that.
But I have seen another coyote being roped by my wife's cousin, actually. He roped it right there on a hayfield.
I can tell you it's believable, and I can tell you why. I chased a coyote once, and I chased coyotes on my four-wheeler and dirt bike, and they flat get her. And I ran into a coyote on my horse one day, and I was like, oh, little bastard, and I just thought I'd take to him and chase him. Well, I did for a mile because he knew it was a horse, and he just loped along at whatever pace. He just stayed ahead of the horse. He wasn't worried.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell he thought there was just a horse out there trying to stomp him, and he was just staying just out of reach. If I'd have had a 22 pistol, I'd have drilled him dead. Easy.
You couldn't hit water if you fell out of a boat.
No, really, it would have been easy. I could have done it. But the moment I went, hey, you son of a 100 miles an hour, he was gone.
Really?
Just like that. He was, and at that point, the reason I screamed because my horse was starting to peter off and get tired because we'd went a while. And as soon as I hollered at him, he looked over his shoulder and shit and get. But I could see if he was swinging a rope, how you might luck out and snag one because he was just staying ahead of my horse right there.
Yeah, and I don't know. Mine was I roped him and he jumped sideways and pulled my slack. It was a fluke. But if anyone asked, other than on the
So he got out.
No, I caught him slickering around the neck.
And then what'd you do with him?
Released him. Released him.
Jesus,
into the,
you're on video.
Yeah, released
you're a
him.
terrible liar.
Yeah.
You know you're on video.
I released him, guys. No,
Yeah.
I think, but no, I do think that, and I haven't got nothing against coyotes. I think that they're, I mean, not as bad as a wolf, but
They have their purpose.
they're. I don't mind them once I figured out that they're killing ground squirrels and stuff like that, and I don't think there's many getting killed by calves. And I'd love in Nevada where I'm at, there's not that many that are tearing calves up. It's a lot of, they're out there and people love shooting them, but
I tell you what, you've been diving into this new adventure of raising sheep. When you get your numbers
I
up,
ain't a sheep man.
when you
and
get
I
your
am
numbers
never-
up,
no, I'm never getting numbers up.
when you get your numbers up, that love for coyotes will go the other
don't-
direction.
I
'cause
don't-
Coyotes are the devil to sheep ranchers,
Yeah, I ain't a sheep
and
rancher.
you are a sheep rancher.
No,
but
I
you
had-
showed me pictures of your babies.
I had one lamb, and I refused to be a sheep farmer. Not against anything against sheep farmer,
I feel like
but
I thought you was interested in everything in the Western world,
I am.
and now you're taking a whole section of them and talking trash.
I am.
You am. You am talking
you,
trash.
You am. Learn English. Goddamn it, fucking Utah.
That's what I'm saying. You said I am. I said you am.
No, I have some sheep and I use them for training my dogs, but I don't necessarily think they're a profit in what I'm doing. As in, I'm a sheep farmer, and it's just my pride of being a cowman. And
Oh, it's your pride of being a cowman that has you voicing so much disgust over sheep farmers?
they're not discussed.
It was. I have video proof.
And it's not discussed. I'm just not a sheep man. I know that, and with my heritage, what I would have to do to a sheep with its head stuck in a fence. So I'm not. I'm just staying clear of it. I'm out of it. But I do have some training sheep, and one of them did lamb, and I'm a
And
recreational.
I will kill the first coyote that hurts my baby.
I'm a hobbyist. I'm a hobbyist.
That's good.
I'm not a ranch.
That's probably true.
Yeah,
Not yet. Not yet. It's coming.
Yeah, and that
They're,
chance.
they're addictive.
Chance is trying to convert me. But he's got some strong points on sheep and cows. He has both. And we'll talk about that in a different episode with some actual real ranchers that have real sheep and real cows.
Real experience.
Real experience instead of mine and Chance just playing around. And as everyone knows that isn't from Utah, you go to Utah, it's done a little different there. So you take it for what it is. I guess everyone.
That was way better than my comment about Nevada. I was out of line on that comment.
You were out of state.
That was.
Yeah. And if you know, you know,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's what people know.
Yeah. Okay, I accept. Now what?
Well, see, this is why I was getting ready to finish up the episode because I was nervous and I didn't
Come
know.
up with the topic, dude. Look, I got. Hey, all right, Travis, I got a question. for
You wrote notes. Well, it's not a question. I'm not on an interview here. It's just a topic.
That's fine. I got a topic.
And this is why we need you guys to call in topics you want us to talk about because we will research them and get some truthful information straight off the internet, where you can believe everything there. So we need more topics. So you guys will have to help us become less retarded and more educated. So please help.
So, just remembering back, you sold one of your kelpies the other day, didn't you?
Yeah.
Down to one now.
Just the one Kelpie. It's keeping me Australian
You
enough.
gotta be careful, bud. Yeah,
I know.
you gotta have that Australian blood in
I
there.
have to. It's
You want me to find you another one?
You know, I think the one I've got will never die because
Yeah.
he's my best friend.
He looks like he's undead now.
Yeah, but he's my best friend. So we have and
Old Trumby.
yep, Trumby, the one-eyed bandit. He's been in a few. He's done some miles. Not the best work dog either. He is the most least trained dog I've got, but he's done the most miles that any I've ever had.
If
So,
he could do a voice memo, he'd give us an email or two on Rex.
yeah, he has a lot.
He's got a record too.
He's got records, and it's pretty much every time I work him, we do it. We'll get into some sort of wreck. But I love him, and he's my best friend, so we'll go through that. And that can be that weird dog person. I'm not saying I'm a dog dad because that's strange to me.
That's strange.
But my best friend is Trumby, so I will, and because it's just he's the best American I found.
How about the one you sold? Old Butchie Boy.
Butchie Boy.
What was he?
Butchie Boy was a automatic dog. I loved him because of his. It's just his read.
Jeez.
I know I did love him. I thought he was great. His read on livestock was something that I've never seen before. And you had him before me, Chance, so you know exactly what. Like
Yeah.
his read on livestock was just
Phenomenal.
unbelievable. He didn't have commands. He's just a teammate all the way. Like as a Kelpie, their trainability is low,
Yes.
and that's what I found. I'm not saying that there's Kelpies that can't be trained, and I'm not. If someone's doing a great
100%.
job,
There's
it's
people
great.
out there that crank out Kelpies that are amazing.
Great ones.
Yes.
and
I shouldn't say that. I should say there's guys out there that can train Kelpies that love to take commands. Most Kelpies I've seen don't
Yeah.
They as long as it pertains to a job, yep, you bet, I'm all in. I had a
Phenomenal.
Kelpie female that was phenomenal, and she'd go come by, away there, walk up, get out, fetch. She was amazing. But if I said, "Come by there," away there, come by, she was like, "All right, wanker, that's enough.
this is-
What are we doing?"
Yeah, no, they're very job orientated, and I've got friends in Australia, David Lee and Sarah Lee. Their primary business is training and selling kelpies, and they are phenomenal at it. I think they have their place. I'm a border collie person because that they like pleasing a little more, and they're a little easy to hand on to someone else. But kelpies are amazing animals, and I wouldn't, if not, say that they're just as good as border collie. I just can't train them as good.
I would say they're just as good as border collie. The training and what they do is different. But if you want to talk about it doing a job, in my experience, they can be better.
Oh, yeah, they
but
can be.
Yeah, they just but like you said, hand them off. Every Kelpie that was good for me was one that I was attached to from the time it was a baby, and it was attached to me, and handing them off to somebody that wants to be their forever home and give them their forever job is just a little bit rougher transition
It is.
for Kelpies than border collies. Border collies just tend to, the job is the job, and that's their whole world, and it doesn't matter. Whoever gives them the access to that job is their
Their
person.
dealer.
Yeah,
They're their
yeah,
dealer.
they don't mind.
No, but they've got great things. But so that is fun, and Chance and I we can talk dogs, and we do it pretty much 5 times a week. We visit each other and talk dogs all the time. It drives our wives nuts.
That's why we're hiding in a camper with microphones.
Hiding in the kennel. That's why we started it, so we can really get having a lot of fun with it. Just us, and there's no interruptions really. But and with this podcast is we're going to talk a lot of dogs. That's just our go-to, and we enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoy it too. But there will be for the guy, because you talk dogs enough, you do get a little bored. I don't. Chance, I probably would say he doesn't either, because there's just so much to learn. But we're going to broaden it out to where we can talk about days and horses and wrecks with cows and not cows, and how dogs help and make it worse.
We're really hoping for a lot of emails. That way we can
not be so retarded.
well, just hear about new stuff all the time. That's what we're excited about, is all the new stuff from the different parts of the world that we haven't experienced yet. That's what I'm excited for.
Yeah, and we've got special guests coming up that are top trainers that are famous in the dog training world, and plus guys from Australia, which is the old country for me. But we've got guys coming on that their aspects and different type of cattle than what we here in America that we're used to using, working, how they react to different dogs. And you might be down in Texas or Brazil or wherever, some different country listening, and the dogs here may not fit the type of cattle you have. And you might hear this guy and you'll be like, how do I get in contact with that guy? And we're here to make connections so you don't feel like you're just a blank piece of paper when you're trying to find a connection to the type of dog that you want. And we want to talk about a lot of things, like this stupid wolf thing that the government's releasing on the world. We want to bring that into a whole episode and talk to people that have been really affected by it, and educate ourselves and you guys on what's going on behind the scenes that people don't want you to know.
On all different subjects, that and anything else. That's what we're looking forward to doing.
Yeah, pretty much is lots of fun editing stuff.
All right, stop talking to them and talk to me for a minute.
Okay.
I'm getting lonely over here
Yeah.
sitting on this microphone, listening to you talk to the audience.
Yep.
Brennan, can you pass Travis a beer?
I'm not drinking on this. Is drinking. You can't drink on the job. It's important.
There's another curl.
But no, it's just a fun, relaxing time to get together and really just talk dogs. And if you like listening to us, we're super happy. And if you don't, just tune the fuck out. But yeah, we want to make it. That's going to be an edit for sure.
Yeah, that's going to be it for sure. That went awry.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, well, I'm pouring a beer, so I'm going to start swearing.
Mm-hmm.
No.
But I guess we're here to. The main reason is we want to talk about the real issues and hear what everyone has to say and things that people don't want to. They can't get out on a platform. We want to be that platform for you guys to voice your opinions, and we want to expose and bring up the stories, the good, the bad, and the ugly of what goes on, and that
Hopefully a couple of them conflict with each other, and we can get some real engagement.
Yeah,
going on. This
yeah.
would be
it'd be
super
fun.
exciting.
Because me and Chance argue a lot about things because he's usually wrong, but I usually teach him how to be right, and we're on the next one. But I do want. And that's the same thing as like you might be going through a tough time. Call in and say I'm Farmer Joe and tell us about your tough time because there's going to be other people that are having it. So we want to. At least everyone's not feeling alone, like Chancey said. Is it too early for Chancey?
Yeah. Don't say Chancey. That's an edit for sure. You piece of shit. Travie.
Well, Travie doesn't sound good as Chancey.
Travie doesn't sound as good as Chancey. Chancey's a good name.
I didn't say it was bad.
I said it's a good name. I'm agreeing.
Is that your actual name?
That's what my mom called me, but no, it's not what's on my birth certificate.
And if you can find out Chance's real name,
It's
every
easy.
episode is $10. We will gift you and send you some sort of merch.
Jesus, there's no we in this.
Yeah, well,
I don't give a shit if you know my name.
Stock Dogs Unleashed. If you can get Chance's real name, we will.
It's plastered all over the internet.
Someone's gonna have to
Practically famous.
Someone's gonna have to dig for it. You're not that famous,
I'll bet he can Google my name right now.
Jamie.
Jamie.
Google Chancey's name. Brendan's gonna have to come with us everywhere.
I know it.
This is super nice.
I actually like having the Google guy.
Yeah, he needs a computer.
We need a Google guy.
If we have, it's
What's your last name?
Okay, never mind.
Hornknocker.
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 Yeah, according to Paul Anderson, it's Chance Hornknocker. Jesus.
It's HORROCKS.
I typed in the wrong and popped up. 4.1 thousand followers.
Oh, big dog waving his big dogness around.
Big dugginess. That's so minuscule compared to some people. Anyways, while he's searching the web,
Yeah.
I wanted to finish talking about Butch. You said he's a good dog. He has good animal sense. Where'd he go? What'd you do with him?
He went to a guy down up in Canada, running a yearling operation, which I think he'd be great. He's never in the wrong spot. He wasn't a super powerful dog. He just had enough to get the job done. He wasn't the type of dog you could send up and over the hill and have 5 minutes to get the job done. That's not Butch. But he'll stay up there for maybe 15, 20 minutes, and he'll bring everything down at a walk, and I really liked that. I liked his calmness, and his conversation he had with the livestock was so correct that he could take a fight and cow and calf to not bothered by him. He wasn't the type of dog to be like, get back.
Could actually calm him down and bring him.
Yep. And you didn't have to say, get back all the time. He just would follow in behind them, and he wasn't unfair with the stock, which I think is a huge, huge thing. And I have a lot of dogs that do that. But and you do too, I'm sure. But there's a lot of, and young dogs are the worst for it. But he just had done that many miles that he could have that conversation, not get in a fight, and they would trust him not to eat their baby, and he could move everything calmly. It was slow. It was really slow, but you know, the age-old saying, out of position, out of control. That's a big thing.
That's amazing. I've never heard that one before.
Really? But it's true, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that goes with on horses or people, new people that you're working around or anything. If they're out of position, it's out of control.
I thought you was going to say slow is fast. And I was like, what did you say? Tell me what the...
Out of position, out of control.
Out of position, out of control. I haven't heard that one in all my 75 years.
I heard that the other day on a podcast, actually, which is a great. It's called Three Minds Connected, which is an Australian dog trolling thing. But there was a guy on there. His name was Judd. There's Wyatt, Judge, and his dad. And Wyatt's dad was the one who said it. And I don't know these guys, but I heard it. But it was a good saying. I
Yeah, it
liked
goes
it.
with cars, horses, dogs, whatever, out of position, out of control. Huh?
Yep, I love it. And I think it big on the trialing or working or whatever you're doing with anything, if that's just how it is. And if you look at it like that, I really think that's a thing.
Yeah, I like that. So old Butchie went to Canada.
Okay, Butchie went to Canada. He also had blue kelpies, for everyone's knowledge. They have a genetic disorder that when they get an infection, they'll start to lose hair. And if it
What
gets
kind
bad,
of infection?
skin infection.
Any kind of scratch, or what are you talking about?
And, well, I haven't researched it enough, so this Kelpie people, call me out on this, please, and correct me if I'm wrong. But he'd get a scratch or an open wound, and if you gave him antibiotics, he was fine. But as soon as you stopped giving him that, the hair would start falling off. And it made him look like he had mange, where you're scared to pat him, really. You knew it. You've seen it. He was at your house.
Yeah, I've seen it.
So, which was, he didn't look that attractive. He's a good-looking dog.
Oh, he's beautiful with his hair.
And how he's
beautiful.
Yeah, but with no hair, he kind of looked like a mangy mutt.
And by no hair, it just thin out on his back end.
Yeah. He wasn't bald or anything, but he had, and you could see where he's had other infections with scars and stuff like that. But
thank goodness you found somebody that saw him for what kind of a working dog he was.
He was a working
and
man's
like,
dog.
I could use that guy in my operation.
Yep, wouldn't
And
take
that
it.
guy has a big operation, doesn't he?
Yeah, lots of yearlings and stuff like that, and Butch will fit perfect for that. And he was a worker man's dog. He had no directions, no down, but he was a worker man's dog.
Just send him and then let him be, and you could call him back when you needed to, and
Yep.
and he'd watch you and put the cows where you were.
Yep.
So you just needed to go where the cows needed to go.
Yeah, his big thing was his commands were shh, 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 and that meant go find cattle, and he would find cattle and bring them to me, and he'd go out there and just keep riding along, and he'd start bringing cattle to you. And the more I worked around him, the more I realized that he wouldn't miss many or any, and he'd bring them to you, and they'd come in at a walk. Everything was calm. If he seen 500 yards away, he'd go get those 3 and bring them to you. He was good at that. And then if they wanted to fight, that was fine. He'd just stay out there until they come. He wasn't that dog that was just forceful and bring them right now, which is
Right.
what we need. Some people need. I mean,
Some people got to have that.
you got to have the time.
Got buddy in the bull, buck and bull.
What's his
industry.
name? Just name drop him.
Oh, we'll get him on here at episode, hopefully, but it's Joe Frost, and
Yep.
he likes to raise his own buck and bulls, and he puts on clinics for kids, teaching them how to ride buck and bulls, and it's actually an amazing operation.
It
but
is. It is really
but them
educational.
buck and bulls are no joke. They'll stand there and stare at a dog all day long because the dog isn't doing anything.
Yep.
And he's got a couple nice dogs right now that just walk right in, and give them the bite, and then let them move off, and they come calm and easy, but they're coming.
And Butch wouldn't suit a guy like that.
No, but never even. He's just been out there in a staring contest because the buck and bulls is just a little. They're more lazy and they don't want to come in as easy.
Yep.
A mama cow, when she sees a predator sitting out there, even if the predator is calm, she wants to pick up her baby and change her location.
Yep.
Right.
Or fight.
Buck and bulls are like, what are you going to do? You're 35 pounds. You ain't got enough teeth to even kill me.
Yep.
But they find out, boy, that hurts. Now I want to change my location.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I thought you was going to try to kill me. I didn't know you was going to sneak up behind me and bite me on the heel or come right in here and grab a hold of my nostril. My Lord, I wasn't expecting that. Now I'm going to pick up and leave, you know?
Yeah.
And some guys need that. Some guys don't. But I'm glad Butch made it to somewhere that is going to be a dang useful place for him.
Great. Because I could send Butch around, say, I had never done it, but you could send him around 1,000 head of yearlings, and he's on the backside and you can't see him. He ain't going to blow them up to where they explode and start running off. Out of position, out of control. He's not going to blow everything up. And then when you've got 1,000 yearlings running one way, I don't
There
care.
goes all your fences.
Yeah, everything's gone when they start running. So he fit that guy's bill. He probably wouldn't have fit Joe's. which is a shout out to Joe. He's got nice dogs, tough dogs, and they move what he has to do. And with his program, he doesn't have time. You got a little tiny pen, and you want to move some bulls out of the pen. It's like, let's go.
Yeah, what you find is you're trying to stick 4 bulls in a pen. The strongest bull goes in first because the bulls all have their pecking order just like any other animal.
Yeah.
Strongest bull goes in first, turns around. He's pissed because he had to move anyways. Now he's on the fight. 3 weaker bulls are like, oh, man, I don't want to go in that pen with that guy. He's on the fight. And now you got a standoff. Who's tougher? The 1,800-pound bull in the pen that's going to whip their butt, or the 35-pound border collie that's following along behind him? And come to find out, it's the border collie.
Yep.
Those dogs will stuff him right in that pen and line him out. But if he didn't have a strong dog back there, then bulls would say, no way, I'd rather fight the border collie than the bigger bull in that pen.
Yeah.
And it takes a hell of a dog to get him lined out, loaded up, and ready to work.
Yeah. And that's kind of like you at a buffet. You roll into the buffet, you're like, hey, get away from my buffet.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I'll start throwing elbows, biting people.
and I'm like, hey, man, I just want to get something to eat. And then your wife comes in, you're like, oh, God, I'm getting out of the way. So she's the border collie, you're the
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I was thinking.
Good analogy.
Well,
all good analogies.
Yeah, I think.
Straight from Australia.
Yeah, I'm just trying to put it to the non-dog people, which I hope
Yeah.
we get a few of them too.
Yeah.
And if you want to call in with some, even, it's not just for straight working dogs. If you want to call in with your house pet and having issues with that, well, hell yeah, there's going to be other people. Call in.
If you need to know how to get down the buffet line in a timely manner, get all the little skinny people out of your way, you just let us know. We'll give you all the tips and keys.
Chance will fill you right in. Brendan, you find out Chance's real name yet? It's harder than you think.
Retard.
He thinks he's some sort of big dog around the internet because he's got 7 followers and 8 friends.
The bad thing is that's going to, if we got popular, that's going to make people Google me a lot.
Why not?
I don't know. I'm scared.
What are you hiding?
I don't think I'm hiding anything.
Grow up.
Who knows?
What do you got on there?
Who knows?
Chance Oryx passed high school because his mother forged his homework.
I'm the kid that was at the playground nursing.
Yeah.
It's on the internet
He was
somewhere.
16 years old, still breastfed.
My poor mother.
Yeah. No, I do think that of your poor mother.
Yes.
She, her saying was, you can polish a turd.
You're telling people my mother's saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can polish a turd, but still a piece of shit.
Yeah, that was her saying.
When it comes to kids.
You know the difference between pile of cow shit and Travis Bulch? You and your drinks.
No.
You don't know the difference?
No.
One eventually turns white and stops stinking.
Have you got that sound that goes boom?
Oh, yeah. Nope.
Yeah. Good joke, Chance. Thanks for
I'm
that.
sorry, Travis. That's the last time I'll pick on you today.
Yeah. Everyone now knows that you're a dad because that was the biggest dad shit joke I've ever
All
heard.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Old time father.
Yeah.
Yep.
But anyway, this has been a great intro to the podcast.
We
But
got us an hour and 13 minutes.
I want to
now,
hear.
bud.
I want to hear your joke. Your
Oh,
dad
so
joke.
stupid. I don't
Guess
have the
what?
internet.
You don't
dude.
have any.
I don't
who
have a
needs it?
joke.
You don't have a go-to joke.
Yeah, when my kids tell me they're hungry, I say, "Oh, nice to meet you, hungry. I'm dad." Oh, we got Brennan, dude. Your phone shook. We know it was funny.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, you need to send her back up with your camera, anyways.
That is.
You're slouching.
Yeah. Well, I know.
There you go,
And
right.
My mother makes me not
Yes.
stretch all the time. Well, that's good. Do you have a quote that you like to use in your life?
Oh, this sounds terrible, but no, I don't.
You don't think of something when you're in
I
the
love
hospital?
the quote, "The man in the arena," but I can't quote it to you.
But you like that.
No, I love it.
So you can, that man in the arena.
Yeah, that just sounds really stupid when
Google
you
it.
can't. I can't. I don't have the internet.
Okay.
I have it on my wall at home. I don't have it memorized.
And I'm asking the question like I have some.
I know you have some.
No, I have a couple that I like, but I don't. I mean, then I don't even know the full quote. But I have a couple things that I do like. But no,
Let's hear it. Let's hear one of them.
I'm just like you. I thought I was putting pressure on you. I didn't have pressure on me. The quote.
Oh, yeah? You're the one that brought it up.
All right, I heard this on a podcast, and I do think it's a good quote. Is start where you are and use what you got in everything.
By Michael Dow.
No, I told Michael Dow that. But I do think that if you're in a spot that you don't have a whole lot and you don't think you can train a dog, and you haven't got a lot of things to get started, so start where you are. Just who cares if you've got stock or not? Do the things you don't need stock with, and then and use what you got. Is you might have just that's what I think. Anyway, I'm not going to explain it because I can go a long way into it, but you don't need to be everyone's.
Oh my goodness! Spit it out. It's not yours. Spit it out.
Yeah, it is. Start where you are. Use what you got, and it goes along with the same one that I like. Is every expert was a beginner.
So in explaining the first quote, you gave us another quote.
Yeah.
Now we're completely fucking lost.
I'm trying to dumb it down for you.
Yes, it's not working, bro.
I feel like Elon Musk. I don't have to explain. You don't have to
feel like Elon Musk.
Who do people when they say, "Hey, can you let me have this?"
Go like
quote?
this. Go like this on camera.
Jesus,
You kind of do look like Elon Musk
You've been hit by the syndrome. That is just brushed with it for sure.
for sure.
But no, I think that's my two things, and I like them. And there's never been a person's like, explain that, please, in a quote, except for you. But I like that.
And you didn't
start where you are.
I didn't say explain it, please. You choked on your own words trying to explain the first one, and then you got nervous and fucking gave us another one.
This is a podcast
without explaining the first one.
This is the first time I've heard myself on with my ears. It's a lot. All right.
I accept.
But yes, and every expert started as a beginner.
Yep.
So I like that one. And then my joke would be of the day, and feel free to use this on your kids, is why'd the orange stop rolling?
No clue.
Run out of juice. But
Jesus.
not a good one.
Brendan didn't laugh at that one, bud.
No, he's heard it. He's waiting for the follow up joke, which is a lot more late hour joke.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you right now, because we can edit it.
No, I don't want to edit any of this. And the person that's going to be editing it is going to kill you.
Oh, I know. Editing.
You're not telling a joke that we need to edit, right? Because I'd just as soon end the show, and then you can edit it.
When we get our editing team on it, we have an editing team.
It's going to cost us $1 bajillion to have this edited.
And that's why we need you guys to get in here, because the editing team will quit, because right now they're working for peanuts.
Yeah, we better have some followers real soon. or we're going to, we're going to be editing this ourselves.
All right. Well, saying that, but thanks guys for listening, and we want you guys to enjoy this ride, and I promise we'll get better as we roll on, but if we don't, then tune out.
Yeah, and head out to all the social media avenues and look us up.
It's Facebook,
give us a follow.
Instagram,
most importantly Instagram,
YouTube. Yeah, and that's a big thing. So.
YouTube, we're going to be putting this on video.
Good job.
Stock Dogs Unleashed.